Hi there, my name is Gorgeous, and today there's no better day for it's a beautiful day. We have a nice event coming, the hurdles. Each and every hurdle you go down only hurts your chance or helps your chance, and that's not actually an obstacle. That's just a starting gate, which is resting there. Some may not finish this hurdle course. Let's see who's competing today, as all the teams are actually feeling quite refreshed and even having a nice little chat with one another. Obviously, there are still some rivals like Oceanics and Turtle Sliders and the Bumblebees, Java Chunks, and Minty Maniacs who won't talk to each other, but that doesn't stop a lovely day and a lovely event. Competing for each team, you may recognize some of them, but we'll point them out in case if you don't. In heat number 1, we have Captain Sparkle of the Shining Swarm, Captain Minty Flave of the Minty Maniacs, Glacier of the Glide Glaciers, and Royal of the Cobalt. Heading on over to heat number 2, we have Sea of the Oceanics. Then next up, we have Cream of the Java Chunks, Nemo of Team Momo, and Indy of the Indigo Stars. In heat number 3, we have Smoggy of the Hazers, Lime of the Limers, Yelly of Mellow Yellow, and Captain Bumble of the Bumblebees. Last but not least, in heat number 4, we have Captain Howl of the White Wolves, Captain Thunder of the Thunderbolts, Blue Eye of the Crazy Cat's Eyes, and Crush of the Turtle Sliders. How it goes is that you start off. There are walls to stop you from flying off the course, but it doesn't mean it stops you from, well, stopping. And whoever makes it down first in each of their heats will advance. So let's get into the race. Number 1 is set, and they are ready to go. They're going to give that victory to the Cobalts. It's based off what the referees say, since it goes so fast. They say the Cobalts won. So the Cobalts are advancing and hoping to keep their championship hopes alive. They're back in their same lanes to give it one more go. Who will advance with the Cobalts? Ooh, that was close. I think they're going to call it Glide Glaciers, though. First of all, it's always so tough to tell, but they call it the Glide Glaciers. We're going to be trying a new camera angle for heat number 2, which is the Java Chunks, Team Momo, Oceanics, and Indigo Stars. Oh, Java Chunks like to be in the lead, but they fell off. As they say Oceanics, we'll check it on the replay, but I'm pretty sure that was Oceanics. On the replay, it was super close, but they say the Oceanics just pulled it off ahead of the Indigo Stars. Question is, can the Stars still get that second transfer spot? No! Actually, yes and then no. Java Chunks come from out of nowhere. Indigo Stars trip up on that hurdle. They were in second place, but that's before Team Momo took the lead. Team Momo ends up falling off. Indigo Stars to the lead, but slow on that hurdle. It's the Java Chunks come out of nowhere to win. With the Limers and the Mellow Yellow, who are the bottom 2 teams, will start top 2, Haters and the Bumblebees, who will get the first one. Oh, Bumblebees came to take over Mellow Yellow and the Limers. Now Hazers have to advance, otherwise they have no chance of having the lead. Now we've got Mellow Yellow, Limers, and the Hazers. Who's gonna get it? They call the Limers. They're just gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure Lime actually edged out Smoggy. Talk about a turn of events. So they say by just a little bit, Limers did edge out Mellow Yellow and the Hazers, who they said were tied. The next up, we're gonna have heat number 4, which has the White Wolves, Crazy Cat's Eyes, Thunderbolts, and Turtle Sliders, who will get the first transfer spot. And some bragging rights too. They're up for grabs, and just these athletes' bragging rights are very important. Thunderbolts just edge out right away. Thunder just took it by storm, and the White Wolves didn't even finish. But there was never in doubt for the Thunderbolts. It won't be a tight one after a not even close to being tight one with the Thunderbolts. I'm just as curious as you are. Ooh, that was just heartbreaking. White Wolves into the lead. They try to hold on against the Turtle Sliders, and then they fall off the course. That has costed so many teams. It cost them, and they are eliminated from the first round. Turtle Sliders can pursue their hopes because they are moving on. Our first heat of the bottom half, it will be the same rules as the top half. We have Shining Swarm, Hazers, Indigo Stars, and White Wolves. It will be the White Wolves coming across to advance. We have 3 teams who have a chance to get to the 9th to 12th match. Shining Swarm, Indigo Stars, and the Hazers. It will be Sparkle, Indy, or Smoggy. It will be Indy, just leaping across them easily to advance. Our also bottom semi-final heats of Team Momo, Crazy Cat Size, Mellow Yellow, and the Minty Maniacs. Ooh, despite losing a lot of their lead in the end, Mellow Yellow's going to take this one. Now, one more spot for these 3 teams, the last one, until we get to our 13th to 16th match, and then our 9th to 12th match. Crazy Cat Size, Minty Maniacs, and Nemo took a fall, but appears to be okay. I think that was Minty Flame edging it out, but we'll check the replay just to make sure. Our 13th place to 16th place match will be Team Momo, Crazy Cat Size, Hazers, and Shining Swarm. Oh, I don't know who got 15th. Hazers get 13th, Crazy Cat Size 14th, but between Team Momo and the Shining Swarm, I don't know who avoided last. So the referees will check. The referees say that by just slightly, the Shining Swarm avoided last place. Team Momo's Mimo, the all-star captain, sometimes the best one on the team, gets dead last. Not what his team needed, and not what he needed. In the 9th to 12th match, White Wolves was Howl, Indigo Stars was Indy, Minty Maniacs was Minty Flave, and Mellow Yellow was Yellow. Oh, Mellow Yellow falls off to competing with both Indigo Stars and Minty Maniacs, latter of whom will pick up 9th, then 10th to Indigo Stars, 11th to White Wolves, and 12th to Mellow Yellow. Oh, Yellow falls again. So in the first heat of the top half, we have Cobalts, Bumblebees, Limers, and Flying Glaciers, and the latter of whom have fallen off contention because the Bumblebees advanced. But that has not completely knocked them out of poaching possibility. So, can the Flying Glaciers do it? Oh, they're going to refuse that to see if the Bumblebees played fair because they fell out their lane. Otherwise, it might not be them who's advancing. They had the lead. Don't check. Well, after a very, very intense trying to figure out what had happened there, they will disqualify the Bumblebees just from that matchup. The Bumblebees can still advance to the finals in this matchup. Instead, the Flying Glaciers, they appeared to come just ahead of the Cobalt, therefore the Glaciers advance. The Cobalts and the Bumblebees are probably looking for some revenge in some way. And I don't know if we should really count the Limers out yet, though I don't really know. Oh, I think Bumblebees just came from behind against the Cobalt. They will have to also check that. That was a very close call, and I do not know who won. I do know who did not win. It was the Limers. After a close one, they said the Bumblebees came from behind against the Cobalts to advance. We have the Turtle Sires, Thunderbolts, Java Chunks, and Oceanics, who can clinch a final spot. Oh, I don't know if Oceanics came back, and even if they did, will they count it because they hit the wall? I think actually that may not be too controversial. We'll see what the referees have to say. They say that Java Chunks says the Java Chunks won. Oceanics, nothing will be ruled on them. They're still obviously in the second matchup and everything. Just says they went back on the track, and I didn't know if the referees would say anything about it. They didn't say anything about it. But that means we have our water trio facing off for one final spot. This could get intense, so keep your eyes peeled. We have the Thunderbolts, Oceanics, and Turtle Sliders, our 4 water teams. Oh, it's going to be Turtle Sliders, and they destroyed the other 2. I was thinking that would be one of the close matches. Instead, They just blew them out of the water, if you will. That actually means we have the same finalists, the same teams in the final, with differences Java Chunks to replace the Limers, who are in this 5th place fight with the Thunderbolts and the Oceanics and the Cobalts, who will pick up 5th. Limers over Cobalts and Thunderbolts and Oceanics. The Limers have gotten some decent results. I'm interested to see if they can even come closer to another team, but they did take 5th pretty convincing. It comes down to our final 4. Starting gate, as you guys can see, has been changed for this round, as we have our 4 finalists left. We're off! Oh, the top 2 dominate. Ooh, Cream falls off and joins his teammates, but they'll be getting forced. And Bumble comes away with the bronze. We have our 2 finalists ready. Who do you choose? You can either choose A, Glacier, of the Glaciers. It's normally the reserve, but it was promoted to force for this Marble League. They haven't done really anything as it's been glaciated for the Glaciers, but now it actually changes as Glacier will be getting an individual medal. That's a top 2 finish. Or Crush. Crush has gotten 2 medals, 1 individual and 1 with a team. And this is a supporting case of the Turtle Sliders too, the Dash and the Shellys and everything else. But today could get a gold. Who will it be? Let's find out. It looks like in the best of 3 series of this Hurdles finale, match 1 will go to Glacier. It's time for match 2. Oh, they have to switch lanes, but apparently they want to stay in your own. They have to switch. It's the rules. The Glacier leads. In one more matchup, Glacier's the winner. Was that one more matchup right now? Because I saw a good comeback by Crush. Was it enough? In the last matchup, it turns out that the referees called in favor of Crush, meaning that it could be Crush 1-1. So whoever wins this is the champion. It doesn't look like a huge lead will be made up. Crush almost blew it, but then Glacier did the exact same thing. Crush is our gold medalist, 2nd in a row for the Turtle Slide. We are in the podium ceremony of Event 14 Hurdles. Mimo, an all-star of Team Mimo, finished last. You have recruits mid-packs like Anti-Maniacs, Indigo Stars, Thunderbolts, Oceanics, and that leads you up to our 4th place. Cream of the Java Chunks. 3rd place. And the first medal, by the way, Bumble, the captain of the Bumblebees. 2nd place, Glacier of the Glaciers. But your winner, Crush of the Turtle Sliders. Let's head on over to our notebook recap. This is a notebook recap of Event 14 Hurdles. Crush of the Turtle Sliders took the victory. After the Glaciers as Glacier, their 3rd silver medal in a row and 4th top half finish in a row, because in Event 10, I don't think they got it, but that's a pretty good run. Then Bumble of the Bumblebees, Cream of the Java Chunks rounded the top 4. To round out the top 5, Lime of the Limers did well. In last place, though, we had Team Momo's Mimo. Also, we were going to run Smoggy in this event, but then we ended up accidentally running Hazy. So the points go to Hazy for this event, and that means that Smoggy will be running in the finale because he got robbed a chance today. Here is the addition of the points. That brings us to our overall standings after event. Oh, 13, it's actually 14. Bumblebees keep the lead, but Turtle Sliders jump to 2nd ahead of the Hazers. Anybody who has a star by them is still contender, so Minty Maniacs and Gliding Glaciers dropped out this time, but they can both still make the podium. Actually, Gliding Glaciers, they would be tied with the Hazers at best. So, it's very, very slim chances, but as we know, they never give up hope. And last place is still the Limers, but they're only 4 points off. What is happening today? The Limers are only 4 points off of not being in last place. And over the last 2 events, they have a chance. thank these athletes for competing, and thank you for watching. I'm Kolja Singhvi checking out.